All right, my friends, this is Donnie,
And Sandra.
and we are once again coming to you from another county. This is going to be a brand new county, and we are at Orange County, North Carolina. This is the 67th county out of the 100 counties that we're trying to stay in at least one night, and we are going to be here at least one night. And most of the day today has been rainy, so we've been keeping our activities on the inside, and but we are at a hip camp location, and you know is it open fields?
I think it's open fields.
See if you can
so
look at that up. I think it's called open fields, but you guys look for the location review. We do a location review on all the places we stay at.
Yeah.
And so be looking for a location review on it. And Sandra is looking that up even as I speak, just to make sure I give you the right information.
Yes, it's open fields, and it's in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Okay. But hip camp locations are, it's usually privately owned areas. And so if you want to learn more, it's not campgrounds necessarily, though it can be. And you don't even need an RV to really look on hip camp. You can do tent camping. You can stay in little small tiny homes, little apartments above people's garages. I mean, it's a little bit of everything. And so remember, you don't have to have an RV. And so check them out, and you'll stay at some very unusual places. And it's across the country. And so it's not just in North Carolina. But check it out, hip camp. And so now, for those of you that may be new to us, again, we are attempting to stay in all 100 counties in North Carolina, and we share the fun facts. So be looking for the fun facts of Orange County. And also, we like to share the urban legends and ghost stories, because what do you do when you're camping? You sit around a fire, and most of the time, at least those that are sitting around the fire with me, we always get on something spooky, and maybe a ghost story or urban legend, or just talk about something spooky in general. And so that's the reason why I added this into our channel. And so but at any rate, let's go ahead and let's get started here. Now there's going to be two ghost stories for this one county that I was able to find, and I believe both of them came from NorthCarolinaGhost.com. I believe that is correct. Let me look real quick. Yeah. Both of these came from NorthCarolinaGhost.com, and so you guys want to check that out. And you'll learn all types of really cool stuff. They just recently changed over their website, their logo, and you can actually buy some stuff. I bought a magnet and a mug to go inside of the motorhome here, and but I like their logo. I think it's cool. And but at any rate, let's go ahead and get started with the first ghost story. It is called The Ghost of Seven Hearths, and that's Hearths. The Ghost of Seven Hearths. Seven Hearths is a beautiful historic home located on King Street in the historic district of Hillsborough. The house dates from sometime in the earlier half of the 18th century. The site was originally built as a tavern, William Reed's Ordinary. This tavern distilled and served spirits to the public from colonial times to the early days of the Republic. The tavern shut down sometime before the beginning of the 19th century, when the house became a private residence and began being called Seven Hearths. According to legend, it was also sometime in the 19th century that the house acquired its first ghost. According to a family tradition, the ghost of a girl named Jane Hayes, that's Hayes, haunts the property. The Hayes family lived in the home from the early 19th century into the middle of the 20th. Jane was a beloved daughter who died of consumption, which is tuberculosis. It's another name for tuberculosis consumption. In the home in 1854, when she was only 16. Ever since then, the residents in the house have reported seeing the transparent figure of a girl with long, flowing blonde hair, wearing a wispy nightgown, wandering from room to room. Passers-by on the street have also reported seeing the figure of a young girl staring out of an upstairs window.
Well, that's creepy.
The second ghost is a much more odd apparition said to be another member of the Hayes family. This one, a Dr. William Hayes, who practiced out of the building in 1920s. William Hayes was a devoted spiritualist who believed that humans were reincarnated as animals after death. Hayes seems to have gotten halfway there, as his spirit has been seen roaming the halls of Seven Hearths in the form of a large, get this, of a large tabby cat with the head of a man.
Somebody's been smoking something.
When they sold the house, the Hayes family let the new owners know about the ghost. But apparitions kept appearing occasionally to the new residents for decades and came to be thought as a member of a slightly odd extended family. I like that because they said he
was halfway there.
Halfway there.
Does the head of the man go meow?
Yeah. What you looking at?
I think we funny we just meow. Meow.
Seven Hearths has recently changed hands again, and the new owners have lovingly restored the exterior of the home to something closer to what it looked like when it was Williams Reed Ordinary. While the new owners haven't yet said whether or not they've seen the ghost, they have done a wonderful job capturing the spirit of this lovely historic building. And that's the end of the first ghost story. Now, the next one is called The Legend of Peter Dromgoole. Dromgoole, that's Dromgoole. Peter Dromgoole. I'm assuming I'm saying that right. And so if I've mispronounced it, anybody with that last name, please forgive me. It goes like this. The Legend of Peter Dromgoole and Fanny is a popular campus story in the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Dromgoole was a student at the university who supposedly died in a duel in 1832. It's said that his body was buried under a stone known as Dromgoole Rock, located at a spot near campus known as Piney Point, near the ominous Gimgoole Castle. The story goes that Peter Dromgoole and a young girl from town named Fanny were madly in love. They often met in secret at a large rock near campus. But another student also loved Fanny, and he was madly jealous of Peter Dromgoole and Fanny's affection for him. The man happened upon Dromgoole one night, on campus. Harsh words were exchanged, and they agreed to meet at Piney Point the following day for a duel to settle the matter. Dueling was, even then, strongly discouraged in the student handbook. I'm sorry, I just thought that was the funniest thing. Thou shalt not take guns and have a duel on campus. I mean, I just get to have a rule strongly discouraged in the student handbook.
Well, I mean, they're discouraging it. They didn't say it was illegal.
I mean, come on.
And
can you imagine having a handbook, student handbook on your campus?
Says
no dueling. There shall not be any dueling happening on this campus. But students, being students, nobody was going to say no. and rumors of the illicit fight began spreading rapidly across the campus. By the time the duel was to take place, a small crowd had gathered to witness the event. Word of her suitor's rivalous foolishness reached Fanny early the next morning, just before the duel was to begin. She rushed to Piney Point only to see Peter shot through the heart. Peter Dromgoole collapsed on a boulder which was permanently stained with his blood. The witnesses and seconds hastily buried Peter's body and moved the rock where he had died on top of his grave to cover the fresh dirt. Ironically, this had been the very rock where the two lovers had often met. The bloodstains on the rock where Peter died never disappeared, and deep red blotches can still be seen on Dromgoole Rock to this day. That is weird.
I wonder if we can look that up.
That is weird. Well, I got more information on that. Peter Dromgoole's disappearance was immediately noticed. His rival and murderer spread the rumor that Dromgoole had run away to join the army. But as can happen when you shoot someone in front of a large number of witnesses, the man's part in Peter's death was soon widely known. He abandoned his studies and disappeared from Chapel Hill, never to be heard from again. Fanny, pining for Peter, died later that summer. Her last words were said to be that Peter was lonely and she was going to meet him. The shadowy figures of the two lovers meeting in the woods by Dromgoole Rock have been seen often since. Now, how to get there? While Dromgoole Rock does exist, supposedly it does exist, it is not accessible to the general public. Dromgoole Rock is located at Piney Point on the land of the appropriately Gothic Gimgoole Castle. This imposing building, while unconnected to the legend, adds a further air of mystery about the place. Gimgoole Castle was constructed in the 1920s and is the home to the UNC's secretive Gimgoole Society. The rock is located on private land and visitors are not welcome. Not welcome. Now, I will say this. I never did look for a picture of that rock. And so, guys, I'll tell you this. If I find a picture of that rock, I'll post it. I'll put it on the thing, but I did not go looking for it.
Okay,
now, hold a minute. I got more. And I'm not done yet. This is like got two short little paragraphs. Gimgoole Castle. I looked up Gimgoole Castle, and it does exist. There is another aspect to the legends that surround Gimgoole Castle. The castle has long been associated with a secret society known as the Order of Gimgoole. Founded in 1889, the order is said to be composed of noted UNC alumni. Few traces exist of the group, which had led to much speculation over the years as to the group's current activities. The castle, located on Gimgoole Road in Chapel Hill, was originally known as Hippole Castle. That's Hippol Castle. It is said to have taken somewhere between 4 and 6 years to build, beginning in the early 1920s at a cost of $50,000. Artisans from France were hired to painstakingly cut the 1,300 tons of stones used to construct it. And so that is the information that I have on Gimgoole Castle, and that the legend of Peter Dromgoole. And so, but did you have something?
Well, I was going to say is the guy that was jealous, that thought it was a good idea to have a duel and kill the guy. What did he think the girl was going to do? Like, oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess he's dead.
I mean, I got to be with you now because you killed him. So
yeah.
I don't understand. Like, he still didn't get the girl and he killed somebody.
Yeah. And then he had to run away and
ruined a perfectly good, happy marriage or life with them.
Yeah. And plus, not only that, he ruined his education.
Yep.
And who knows? You know, who knows? It's one of those
I guess he
things.
was trying to be macho.
Yeah, and so love works in mysterious ways. And so, but at any rate, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed it and be looking forward to the next one. We're visiting 4 counties on this trip. And so the next county, we are going to Durham County. We will have another ghost story, but there's not ghost stories for the last 2. And so, but anyhow, my friends, y'all take care. We love you. And we hope y'all have an awesome, awesome day.
Meow.
Bye-bye.